Do you know have you heard of the Muppets? And they used to have like a little person singing. Do 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 do.
Pecha Kucha.
Do 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 do.
Pecha Kucha.
Do 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 do. Help them out.
Pecha Kucha is a Japanese word for chit-chat and is the name of a presentation format created in Japan in 2003 by Astrid Klein and Mark Dytham, two architects looking for a way people could share their work quickly and simply in public. Since then, the idea has spread to over 700 cities around the world. At every Pecha Kucha night, creative thinkers come together and share their ideas with only 20 images shown for 20 seconds each. Pecha Kucha, a fast, fun format. Find a location, join the conversation.
Now, the first thing I want you to know about social media is that social media is neither good nor bad. It's just the most recent tool we're using to do what we've always done, tell stories. No one would blame Samsung TV for a bad TV show. So anything that happens on social, good or bad, is a result of how the authors, people, choose to use that tool. Now, this is the dark side of social media. I'm Bailey Parnell from Ryerson Student Affairs at Ryerson University in Toronto, Canada. I've worked at the biggest media companies in the country, as well as numerous higher ed institutions. So that what I'm talking about today is a collection of my experience with both social media and students, as well as my personal research. Also a practitioner. There's a lot happening out there in this world of social media, but there's 4 concepts in particular that I've found affect our mental well-being, often in a negative way. So as I go through today, as I go through these concepts, these triggers, I want you to think about how they've played out in your own life, and then put yourself into the shoes of our students who are already at a time where they're figuring themselves out. 1, FOMO. The fear of missing out is an actual social anxiety associated with the fear of missing a potential connection, event, or opportunity. 7 of 10 students have said they would get rid of their social networking sites if it weren't for fear of being left out of the loop. Of course this is perpetuated by social media. What's this event I wasn't invited to? A highlight reel in sports is the collection of the best and brightest moments, and social media is our best and brightest moments. It's our highlight reel, and as Stephen Furtick said, we struggle with insecurity because we compare our behind the scenes to others' highlight reels. Our families, look at this happy family. Look at this, my friend on vacation. Why don't I have kids yet? Why can't I afford vacation? A currency is literally something we use to attribute value to a good or service. And in social, these likes, these comments, these shares have become this currency. But the problem, we're the product and we're letting others attribute value to us. You know someone who's taken down a photo because it didn't get as many likes as they thought it would. Now, perhaps the worst thing happening out in social media, cyberbullying. I prefer to call it online harassment as I think it lends it the seriousness it deserves. 73% of online adults have witnessed online harassment. 40% of us have experienced it personally, and 100% of the time, race, gender, education level, sexuality are all huge determinants. In the media, we see the big stories. We see the 18-year-old Jessica Logan who hung herself after a naked photo she sent to her boyfriend was sent around the school. We see the 15-year-old Amanda Todds who also committed suicide because someone she flashed on the internet started blackmailing her. We see these stories once it's too late. Now, what about the everyday online harassment? What about the celebrities supposed to be role models that are like Rihanna, that are posting a picture of a woman she doesn't like and comparing her to a goat, making that seem normal to her followers? What about that ugly Snapchat you sent to your friend you thought was private and is now on Facebook? We have to care about this online harassment as well. There are 10 types of online harassment. I've already covered 4. So, harassment, sending or posting nasty, mean, insulting texts or comments. Denigration, starting rumors about a person to damage their reputation. Cyberstalking, repeated intense harassment and denigration includes threats and creates fear and outing, sharing someone's secrets or embarrassing photos online. Why does it matter to us in higher ed? Well, 90% of 18 to 29-year-olds are on social networking sites. They spend on average 2 hours a day there, and 37% of students said they found checking social networking sites more important than listening in class. Our students spend a lot of time here, and that's why it matters to us, because of course it has effects. It affects our sleeping patterns. So do you leave your notifications on at night? Well, not only does every beep and ding prevent you from entering your REM cycle, but whatever you associate with that beep or ding affects your subconscious thoughts. Did you get a photo like, or did you get an email swoosh you associate with the stress of work? Of course, social media affects our productivity. With every beep and ding and fear of what you're missing out on, you're breaking your focus and preventing yourself from doing the most effective, efficient work you possibly can. I was a student in this era. I remember how hard it was to focus on memorizing something when my Twitter was going off the handle. I needed to know. Now, addiction is a very real effect of engagement on this level. We are experiencing impairments similar to substance dependencies. With every like you get a shot of that feel-good chemical dopamine. So what do we do to feel good again? We keep posting. Doesn't that sound like every drug you've ever heard of? Now, perhaps the worst effect of engagement on this level is the rising levels of anxiety and depression associated with these networks. With every FOMO, with every comparison from you to someone else. Now, in Canada, they found that grades 7 to 12, our future students, that spent at least 2 hours a day on social networking sites reported higher levels of anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. When we talk about the dark side of social media, we're really not. We're really talking about the dark side of people. The dark side that makes harassers harass, that dark side that makes bullies bully, and that dark side that makes you and I look at a photo of a healthy friend group and wonder why ours doesn't look like that. Now, social media is here to stay, though. It's written into our code, and it's become one of those can't live withouts, which is especially true for our students. So what we shouldn't be doing is saying, spend less time on social media is bad, get off. What we should be doing is navigating, figuring out, and sharing ways to go through what is really a very new world still. And social media is a very good reflection of the offline world. All the mental health professionals I've spoken with, some of you in this room, have said that similar to the offline world, we either need to focus on preventative strategies or coping strategies, so that even if something like that does happen, we don't have another Jessica Logan or Amanda Todd. I don't want to leave you on a negative note. So what can we do? We can model good behavior. Look at, and if needed, modify your own social use. Open the conversation and create a safe space where students could come to you if anything like this, God forbid, did happen. And know what to do. Prepare how you'd respond in certain situations so you're ready. I challenge you. I challenge you not to leave this presentation and think those are some interesting stats. But remember, our students are navigating this with everything else that's happening in their life, and it's not going anywhere. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at and take one more step towards understanding your own dark side. I'm Bailey Parnell from Ryerson Student Affairs. Thank you.